It's the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack Podcast. You know, on Saturdays, we play fun music and we feature great information at 993thevine.com with me, Big Rick Stewart, and music from my time at Live 105 and at KFOG. We also mix in some stories that I find kind of interesting, whether it's local music or food or tech or just kind of some cool things I think you ought to know about. It's always lots of fun. Fun music and great information happens every Saturday at 993thevine.com. And the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack Podcast features great information like this. Hey, I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack. Fun music and great information. We do it every Saturday here on The Vine. I love watching the Tour de France. Now, I'm into bicycles, riding. I'm certainly not a bicycle racer by any means. I do like bicycle racing. But you know what I love is those helicopter shots of France and the rivers and lakes and the old villages and all that stuff. I love that. Tour de France right now has a few Americans. I believe there are 6 total. One making headlines, doing really well from Northern California, from Roseville, a guy named Neilson Powless. He's on one of the top teams, and he's racing for some of the top prizes in the 2023 Tour de France. It's not his first time, but he's doing really well, and he's been featured on TV a lot, so that's pretty cool. It all makes me think of Andrew Talansky, who rode in the Tour de France, who lived in Napa for a really long time. I would get passed by Andrew Talansky riding around while he was training and living here. And one time I was riding up this hill, I could barely catch my breath, and Andrew Talansky came flying by me, and it was all I could do to grab a breath and say, "Hey Andrew, good luck, man." And without breaking his flow, his left hand just came off his handlebars and gave me a little quick wave, and then he tucked back in, and that was it. It's cool to say I knew him back when, or at least I got passed by him back when. I got passed by him more than a few times. Andrew Talansky is now living in Truckee, and you can find him on social media. You can also find his brand new business. And if you're an athlete looking to kick it up to the next level, you might want to check out TalanskyPerformanceGroup.com. That's where he's doing all of his stuff. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack. Fun music and great information right here at 993thevine.com. I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack. Fun music and great information here at 993thevine.com. There's a pretty good relationship between Wine Country and UC Davis, right? I mean, there's a lot of people that are grads that have gone to school there, that have added to their schooling by taking some classes. But did you know you and I can also get some great information from UC Davis? I got this email, and it says on July 18th from 9 to 11:45 a.m., UC Davis is going to host a harvest readiness webinar. Sounds really cool. I mean, if you're involved in harvest, of course, but if you're just kind of like a fan and you want to know more about this, all right, are you ready? Topics and presenters will include spatial variability in yield and fruit quality. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but, it sounds important. Okay, key grape measurements and things to think about. We like that. Successful fermentation management, yeast and yeast choices, and what to do if your grapes are exposed to smoke. All these are from UC Davis. Costs about $100. It's a Zoom thing, and you got to register and more. So go look that up over at the UC Davis website. A UC Davis Harvest Readiness webinar, open to the public. I like it. All right, give it a try. I might give it a try myself because, I'm kind of into all this stuff. I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack. Fun music and great information right here at 993thevine.com. It's the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack. I'm Big Rick Stewart. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Fun music and great information. I watched this on TV. It was so cool to see, and I thought I'd have to tell you about this. Jimmy Vasser's race team gets a double win, which doesn't really ever happen, like hardly ever. And it all happened at the IMSA race, the 6 Hours of the Glen, which is an endurance race. This is one of those racing series where there's lots of different classes and different cars, and they go different speeds, and it's just 6 hours of racing. There's all kinds of chaos and crazy things happen. At the end of the day, here's what racers said. Jimmy Vasser, Napa Zone, was all smiles behind the podium celebrations at 6 Hours of the Glen. The Vasser-Sullivan Lexus team, they scored their first double victory. They got 2 class wins, GTD and GTD Pro, racing their Lexus RCF GT3s. Man, those cars look really cool. The co-owner of the team, James Sully Sullivan, said, "It's really unbelievable. The Lexus was just unfreaking believable. The driving signature of this car at the track today was unbeatable. It was absolutely unbeatable." Well, there's kind of a theme there, I guess, right? It was kind of unbeatable. It was. And they had to overcome all the crazy things that always happen in endurance racing. So congratulations to team co-owner Jimmy Vasser and his Lexus cars. Oh, and one of the head guys from Lexus was there, like the PR, the racing department guy or something. So this is a good place to get a double podium. That's awesome. Way to go, Jimmy. I'm Big Rick Stewart. Thanks for hanging out with me today. It's the Wine Country Saturday soundtrack at 993thevine.com. Hey, I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday soundtrack. Fun music and great information here at 99.3 The Vine. There is a new restaurant coming to Yountville. It's replacing a place that's been there for a while, although it's been closed for a really long time. It's just like, in the pandemic and all that stuff. It is right next to Priest Ranch on the Wells Fargo side of that block over there. All right, you kind of know where it is, right? All right, so it's part of Priest Ranch actually. And over at their Instagram page, they posted a reel, and it's flashing in front of me right now as I speak. And it says, "Coming soon, downtown Yountville." And I'm going to try to describe, as this flashes by so fast, some of the things I'm seeing. So it looks like they're testing out some of these items. So as of right now, they might be having a soft open or something, but they are working on some things. They have some beautiful photos of some delicious food, including French fries. Always good. Looks like a couple of salads got it going on here. One of those kind of like hamburger with a fried egg thing. Maybe there's chicken breast in that or something. I think swordfish steaks are part of what I'm seeing. Some vegetables and salads and stuff. So you get the idea. It's kind of a casual, yummy, delicious, fresh ingredients kind of a thing. I think. I don't work there. If you want to follow them on Instagram, The Kitchen at PR, Priest Ranch. That's what that stands for. And no, they didn't do the hipster thing and misspell kitchen or anything. It's exactly how it should be spelled. The Kitchen at PRAT. The Kitchen at PR on Instagram. And look at the reel yourself. It looks pretty delicious. Can't wait to give it a try. If you go, let me know. And if I find out any more info, I'll let you know. Here on the Wine Country Saturday soundtrack at 993thevine.com. I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday soundtrack. Fun music and great information here at 99.3 The Vine. Do you want a big gasoline-burning Chevy Camaro? Is that your dream car? You want a brand new one? You better buy one this year. I guess you better get on the wait list, though, because maybe they're all selling out. I have no idea. But this is it. For gas-burning Chevy Camaros, this is it. Maybe it'll come back. But for now, they're saying this is it. It is going to be over. But don't worry. The Chevy Camaro is going to come back. It's going to come back as an electric vehicle. Come on, you saw that one coming, right? Maybe you've heard these rumors. Well, there's a little bit more information. This is from Motor Trend, and they are kind of doing, I think they're putting together some rumors, some facts, and some speculation about what they're about to have when the new Camaro comes back. I'll tell you when it goes on sale, but first, how about some numbers? Because everybody likes to have numbers, right? Well, they have to take on the Mustang Mach-E because, the Camaro Mustang thing, right? So this is what Motor Trend says. Look for rear drive single motor power ranging from 241 to 342 horsepower. All-wheel drive performance levels go up to 344 horsepower with 2 motors to 1,000 plus horsepower by borrowing the Hummer EV's 3-motor setup. 1,000 horsepower Camaro. It's gonna weigh a little bit, but that sounds like a lot of fun. They expect the Camaro EV to cover a range of prices going from about $47,500 to $65,500, and they expect it all to go on sale in 2026. So adios, Camaro. We wait for your successor. soon. I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack. Fun music and great information right here at 993thevine.com. I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack. Fun music and great information. Wow, I saw this headline over at a website, hoodline.com. Hydrogen-powered ferry boat set to launch in San Francisco Bay. Wow, that sounds pretty good, right? So this is what the article says. In a bid to reduce pollution and embrace sustainable transportation alternatives, the San Francisco Bay Area Water Emergency Transportation Authority, wow, what a name, is introducing, check this out, a hydrogen fuel cell powered ferry boat named Sea Change. It's going to start in August, and this is going to be on San Francisco Bay. It's a $14 million ferry boat, and it's going to join the San Francisco Bay Ferry Network. It's going to do a 6-month pilot project. They're going to, see if this is a viable thing to do. Now, for the time being, it's just going to have a short little run, but it's going to be very useful. It's going to take you between Pier 41 on the northern waterfront and the downtown San Francisco Ferry Terminal. It's going to do 4 round trips per day. Hydrogen fuel cells produce electrical energy from the hydrogen in the vessel's tanks, and they only generate water vapor and condensed water as emissions. It's a lot better than those big giant diesel engines, right? So who's involved with helping fund this? Well, this is kind of interesting. A few different people, including the Golden State Warriors, helped fund this project, and the Golden Gate Bridge Highway and Transportation District. All right, so check out the Hydrogen Ferry this August next time you're in San Francisco. Thanks for checking out the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack today with me, Big Rick Stewart, here at 993thevine.com. Well, those are some stories that I have featured on the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack. Tune in at 8 a.m. every Saturday at 993thevine.com. I'm Big Rick Stewart here. Music from my days at Live 105 and KFOG, some current songs, lots of surprises and more. It's always lots of fun. We have a 10 at 10, a Beatles brunch at noon. It happens all day. The Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack and the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack podcast. Tell your friends, and thanks for listening to this podcast, and thanks for checking out 993thevine.com.